and welcome to another techniques lesson. Every artist struggles with certain elements in their painting. For some people it may be clouds or mountains, and other people it might be skin tones. Well, in today's techniques lesson we're going to show you how to portray water. Now I know there's literally hundreds of ways to portray water, but in the method that we're going to show you today, we'll be handling it a little bit differently, and I think it's a really cool way to do it because we'll be simplifying the water and laying it down in block colours. So this technique we will be using acrylic paint, but this would work equally as well with watercolour paint or oil paint. So let's get into it. I'm using canvas as a support, and this is the single thick premium canvas. So onto my easy clean palette I squeeze out some hooker's green, some mid green and a little spot of scarlet. I then mix the scarlet with the mid green to create an olive. I then lay this colour over 3/4 of the canvas in horizontal strokes. I then flip the canvas over and lay on the hooker's green and blend it into the olive green. Keep the strokes long and ensure a nice transition between the two colours. The background is now dry and we can keep moving on. So now let's lay our mid colour down, and that is cerulean, and this will look just beautiful on top of that green. So squeeze some of that out. And this time we're going to apply our paint with the number 10 Filbert. Sometimes as painters we forget that it is not enough to merely effectively depict a subject. It must be artful as well. Colours must be in harmony and the paint must be applied in an interesting pattern so it resonates to the viewer. These are just random elliptical blobs, but they are nice looking random blobs. My main motive is with a sense of decoration in mind. Let us now create a slightly darker blue that will go into the top here and it'll blend into the background. And we're going to create that blue with ultramarine and a little bit of titanium white. By nature, ultramarine pigment is a fairly transparent one, so the white is just to increase the opacity a bit. I lay this basically above the cerulean and fade it out as I move up the canvas. This fade out is suggested with my blobs decreasing in size. Now let's create some foreground reflections. Now, just as the rear reflections appeared to dissipate, the foreground reflections show as more lineal, and we'll lay them in with some mid green. So squeeze this out. This green colour is supposed to represent a reflection of trees beside our pond. Hopefully this treatment will add to the drama of our cool, shady, mystical visual experiment. Well, I'm loving this. It looks really fresh and rich. Finally, let's put some highlight colours in, and we're going to use the light green, and this will really make it pop. Although we are creating a cool spot, we still need a little vibrance to make the artwork sing. When working with strong colours, don't overdo it. Remember, it's not what you put in, it's what you leave out. Okay, well, we have our water suggestion. But how can it be turned into a painting? I know technically it is a painting in itself, but for a painting to really work, it needs subject matter or a focal point. So into our water suggestion, we might add a bird or a fish.
Or a hippo.
Or a hippo. So let's paint a hippopotamus. Well, there you go. A quick, fun and easy way to handle suggesting water. Thanks again for joining us, and if you haven't already checked out our other art lessons, then they can be found at montmarte.net, while you're there, you might like to subscribe to our family feed or maybe even our Facebook. I'd absolutely love to meet you. So until next time, remember, keep on painting.